wheelchair here with the wheels are standard pneumatic wheels with a solid core insert on it. And our task today is to change the tires. The first trick is to get the old tire off without damaging the rim. The trick to do that is just simply to cut down the middle of the old tire like this, so you can separate it and see the insert in there. And so we go completely around. The insert has a little groove in it, in the middle of it, so if we cut into that, it's not going to damage that. In fact, it assists us a little bit to get a cut on the old tire. Okay, the next thing to do is to take out the insert. Find where it's spliced together right here. So here we go. Just taking that out. Okay. And so here's the insert from the tire. We're going to save that and use that on the new one. And loosen up the pieces of the tire here, and with the help of the screwdriver, starting to loosen get the old piece from here. And so the old one is off. As you've probably observed in other videos in wheelchair tires, it's sometimes helpful to put a little lubricant on it. I use a silicone spray to lubricate the rim here. Give it a little advantage here. Okay. Now we have our new tire. Put on, and this just goes on. Just put on one edge of it, one side edge. Moment. A little help from our screwdriver here to get the last pieces on. Okay, so half of it is on, the other half is still yet to go on, but before we do that, we have to put our insert back in. Again, I like to lubricate this up with a little silicone lubricant here. And there's a little trick to this side of it, because you stick it in all the way around, back. You have a little discovery. It appears that the piece has grown a little bit. There's a bit of an overlap. it's not going to go in because we've got about an inch or so. It's overlapping the edge. Trick to that is to pull it out, put the ends in together so they're pushing against each other. Now snap it in, and voila, that's all the way in. Now we just, as we would normally do, putting on a bicycle tire, you just press it in. For this, now you have to get the insert it into the rim. This goes around pretty well until you get to about the last quarter section of the circumference, about a third of it, and then it gets really tight, and your friend the screwdriver will be able to help to get that in. Okay, now, that was the easy part. Getting the inside rim in, the insert in. Now we have left the outside edge of the tire still needs to be inserted. And that will go in just as you normally would for a regular bicycle tire. Just gotta strong arm it in. I like to examine the back side just to make sure the tire is uniformly inserted. Okay, this one seems to be a little bit too far. I'll use my channel locks here just to balance this out just a bit here. Okay. Alright. Now comes the hard part. For that, I use some standard bicycle tire. They're called spoons in the trade, I believe. And I have a little cheater bar here to help. Okay, I'm going to put the first one in. I'm going to hold that in place, so I'm just going to jam the tool here against it. Okay, so that's going to stay put. I don't have three hands, so that's going to be my third hand. And then I just work incrementally around here, as you would for a regular tire. Okay. You do have to take it in small chunks. Want that to come loose on me. Some people can do it with tie it down with cable ties or such thing to hold that in place. Don't try to do it too much at a time. Put it in, slide it toward it as far as I can, and then just flip it in, take the other one out. further along you get, the harder it gets, so for that I have a cheater bar. I have to lean on the wheel so it doesn't flip up as I... At one point, probably. Sometimes I have to get to the very final end of it. I get it, put it on the floor, and kneel on it as I'm putting on the last bit. Okay, now the spoon should not go in too deeply because otherwise it makes leverage difficult. Last little bit, the thing is so tight, I have difficulty getting the spoon in for the last little piece. So I just use a thin bladed putty knife, slip it in there, and use that for my leverage. That's not working. My screwdriver over here. Here we go. Bingo. Done. Again, I inspect it, make sure it's inserted uniformly. Okay, this one. Not too bad. And we're done. Okay, get our axle attachments here. Our bearings, put the bearings back in. And put it on there. And here's our chair with 2 new tires on them.